Niggas wanna see you fall, and it be niggas, you know what I'm saying, like, it's this nigga Puffy. And my main motherfucking reason why I really hate fucking life, dog. Like, people don't even understand. Like, I don't even give a fuck. But it done got so bad where I done had it all. And fell to the bottom. How do you come back from that when you battling a giant? It's like no matter what you do, it ain't got nothing to do with your skill no more, because your skill is 90% better than any nigga that's out there right now, and the world knows it. But it ain't your skill, because you can't even get where you going, because of the world is built on relationships. So if a nigga fuck with you, that's saying they don't fuck with Diddy. That's basically Khaled, Ross, all them niggas chose. You think I don't know them niggas? Them niggas ain't never gave me a verse. Them niggas ain't never did. Now, when I first seen Ross, man, after that shit, niggas said, man, I love you, man. You know what you did for our city? I love you, man. In the middle of the club, my nigga. Nigga ain't never gave me, nigga ain't never called back and say, man, like real niggas supposed to. Every artist in Miami look out for each other. You ever seen anyone nigga do anything for me? Them niggas got they deal on the strength of me, man. Khaled, them, and Diddy relationship is built off me, man. That's why them niggas don't fuck with me. That's why they can't fuck with me. Them niggas love, I had love, man. I was the only nigga screaming Khaled name when he wasn't shit, bro. Every city too, every radio station, every event. Khaled the #1 DJ with me, nigga. Cause I'm a real nigga like that. I told my son the other day, I said, you know how good I feel knowing you don't have to come up in a life where you gotta pray for your sins. Boy, you don't have to worry about it. I said, dog, I've been through a lot. I've been praying for my forgiveness for my whole life. I don't know no other way. I don't know what it feels to be a good citizen. I don't know that shit, dog. I never had that, my nigga. From 13, we've been providing on our own, dog. Big gangsters, my nigga. My mama's kids. We ain't had no daddies, all that shit y'all niggas got. We ain't got all that, man. My big brothers is my daddy, dog, and we learned along the way. So I came up in a life where shooting is normal, robbing is normal. That's my son don't have to go through that. He can be a citizen. He can go do anything in this world. He can be a pilot. My fucking son can be a pilot, nigga. I think I give a fuck about these niggas. It ain't even about money no more. This shit ain't even about money, gang. Cause can't no money make me happy. Nigga, my dog asked me the other day. He like, what'll make you happy, bro? I'm like, I don't even know, man. I like doing for people. I just like to be able to be there for. I just love to be there for people. That's what made me happy from day one. That's why I even did it, man. I don't give a fuck about no music, man. God gave me this talent. This talent is given, bro. You can't take that from me, bro. I do this shit. This shit y'all work hard on, I do in 2 minutes, man. 2 minutes. It take a lot to do this video. I don't even know if I'm gonna release it, but I needed this for my sanity. I had to just break away and talk to myself real quick. But people don't know what a nigga been through to be at your highest peak and have it snatched away from you because you don't want to kiss ass. Boy, you take it from a man's family where I gotta sell dope for 20 years and survive in these streets and still don't have a felony, my nigga. I done had my freedom almost taken away from me several times, dog. You hear me? Trying to survive, my nigga. You can't go get no job. You just want to be regular sometimes. You can't even go get a job. You walk in the job, hey, it's FREDDY P. What's up, boy? You gotta back up out of what the fuck? You can't even be a regular human no more after some shit like that. But I just want to tell y'all, this music industry ain't what it seems. I got people in this music industry right now that won't fuck with me. And I was cool with them. They won't fuck with me because of that nigga. Because fucking with me and you won't fuck with that nigga. He take it personal. He want to shut doors. So they don't want to have nothing to do with that, and I don't blame him. I blame that nigga. Yeah, I've been through it. Sometimes I just want to get away from the world and go get me a great job paying. I ain't got no felonies, man. I could have been anything, man. My whole family in law enforcement. I could have been a CSI. I could have been anything, man. But you put me on a pedestal to where I could be a world failure. If I don't succeed in music, anything else in this world, you get publicly humiliated. Publicly humiliated. So I gotta sell dope. I gotta do what I gotta do to stay relevant for 20 years to make sure my son have, because I can't go get it. I gotta do this shit.
Okay, as you can hear this here, I'm not going to play the whole video in entirety. You can see the link in the description and you can go watch the whole video yourself. But this here is Freddie P from Making the Band. Now, if you don't know what Making the Band is, it was the predecessor to pretty much any reality TV show where contestants come on there and they compete and they try to win a spot in the band so they can become world famous. This show, Making the Band, was ran by Diddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him, and he brought a bunch of contestants from all over the country and they competed against each other to try to make the band. And Freddie P is one of the people, one of the rappers who actually made the band. They went on and they sold a lot of records, and after that, after they sold a lot of records, they kind of just fell off. You never heard anything else about them. To some years later, a couple of the guys that was in the band, they went off and they did a couple of other things. One of the guys, Chopper City from New Orleans, he got shot up, I believe. I think he survived it, but after that, you never heard anything else from him. We definitely haven't heard anything from Freddie P. Now this comes up, and what I want to talk about today is, first of all, the brother is definitely in some pain. He's definitely going through some stuff right now, and I don't think people should throw stones at him because he has been through a lot, as you can tell. There is something that I do want to say here though. It is okay to reinvent yourself. There was a lot of stuff that he said during this recording that he made that made some sense. You know, Puffy has been known to kind of just get an artist, get money out of them, you know, make them a little bit famous, and then they kind of fall off, or they lose their life, or they just go by the wayside, and he makes the money and they don't. That's nothing new. We seen what happened to Black Rock. We seen what happened to several other artists that we could talk about. Now here with Freddie P, he's basically confirming, like, yeah man, these people blocked, you know, Puffy blocked me from getting into the industry. People don't want to work with me because they don't want to go against Puffy, which makes sense because I definitely remember him saying that Rick Ross was like their Biggie Smalls of Miami. I remember Freddie P saying that when he was on. I remember him talking about DJ Khaled. I definitely remember that. Before anybody really knew who they were, Freddie P was definitely talking about them. That was the first time I ever heard DJ Khaled's name, was Freddie P said it. So I'm sure that's very, very hurtful when he sees his guys who he knows, they don't reciprocate that love to him. So I'm sure that definitely is hurtful to him. But I do have to say that it's okay to reinvent yourself. Freddie P sounds like he's holding on to that dream of being a rapper so hard that he couldn't change course because he was scared of being embarrassed. Like he said, if I go out here and get a regular job after being put on a pedestal, like I was famous, I had everything, everybody knew who I was, and then I go get a regular job, I'm going to be publicly humiliated. And to a certain extent, he is telling the truth. If you can remember the guy from the Cosby Show who was working at Trader Joe's, people clowned him on the internet. That actually helped his career out though. But what I have to say to Freddie P is, man, what do you want more? Do you want the fame or do you want your freedom? Because he definitely said that he was taking penitentiary chances trying to survive for 20 years just because he don't feel that he can go get a regular job, even though he's not a felon. Now, unfortunately, by him making that decision, yeah, I mean, you're going to still be humiliated if you end up going to prison, because people are going to be like, dang, wow, you was a rapper and you have talent, because he could rap, for real, he could rap, and you have talent, but you chose to go to the street life to get the money, and now you ended up in prison. People was going to clown you for that as well. That's number one. Number two, I have to say, yes, Puffy could hold you back from working with other artists. You may not get to go to certain arenas because he has relationships there, but Puffy not holding back your rap career. He's not, okay? Freddie P can get out on the internet just like anybody else and put out some music, and if people gravitate towards him, they gravitate towards him. He can do little shows in the South. He can get his money off of his music if he puts it out there. But I think he was just waiting on that big break that he had before, since, you know, he was already on TV. He's already doing 106 in Park, doing shows and all that. And he feels like if he's not on that level, he's not successful in his music, which is wrong. I mean, these days a lot of artists don't get to that level anymore. A lot of artists don't sell records, that as many records. I think he said like 80 million records or something like that they sold, something crazy. Artists today aren't selling that type of music. They're not selling them that many records. So a lot of artists are independent. So there's nothing stopping Freddie P from getting on the internet just like he did here. Instead of just talking about what he's going through, put it in some music and then get it popping that way. You see what I'm saying? Because people remember who he is, you know, and this is circulating right now, so he could definitely capitalize off of this. But taking penitentiary chances, man, because you scared of ridicule and backlash, you gonna always get that. Even if you successful, you gonna get that. So I think that's an excuse that the brother definitely should change course of action immediately. Now that he put that out there, man, don't sell drugs just simply because you scared of going and getting a real job. Go get the real job, help that fund your music career. That way you don't end up in the penitentiary. He's going to receive some backlash, you know, he's going to definitely receive some support as well. But I just feel like it's time for guys to understand, man, it's okay to reinvent yourself, man. You don't have to worry too much about people's response to the decisions you make in your life. It's your life. You have to deal with the pros and the cons. You have to deal with the consequences, and you get to get the benefits of you changing your life. And that would be the best thing to do, because the street life, as we already know, it ain't gonna lead to two places, and that ain't good for nobody. So Freddie P, keep your head up, homie. Put your own music out there. Yeah, he gonna block you, but at the same time, if people mess with you, they gonna mess with you regardless. It don't matter what he say or what he do. And you could definitely get some funds off of your streams online for sure, and then you can stay up out them streets. And that's all I want to say about that. It's that guy, Big Soji, Not Useless Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the bell for notification, and we out.